Alright, so, hey you're doing well. Now in today's video, this is meant to be a Terry showcase. I was just getting some stuff done and I saw I had some single summon tickets left and I decided to go ahead. I only had 4 of them and use them, and we got another dupe for Terry. So that's now 4-6 Terry. We single summoned 2 dupes. If you guys saw the summon video at the end, I quickly edited in the fact that we got an extra one, but look at that, jumping over to Terry here. So we do have a 4-6 Terry, which is absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, the Iori Yagami is only 1/6. There we go, there's the growth points. As always, gonna have to get used to that one, but here we go, running up to the Helbram here. What kind of team we're using today? We're gonna be using the kind of typical Margaret team with Terry now. Jumping over to Terry here, we don't have any, holy relics or any UR gear from yet. I just wanted to do a kind of like more free-to-play version of Terry. Granted, no, he is 4/6, which is a little bit unfair, and we do have all of his costumes, but this is all stuff that can be fairly easily obtained. It's not kind of at that level. Making the UR gear sets for some of the, collaboration characters, usually you want to try and prioritize your more main use characters, but looking at the set we have here, we usually, if you're really wanting to get the best out of Terry, I'd advise going HP defense, but just because I'm kind of one of those people that's like, ooh, ooga booga, big numbers, awesome. We're going with the attack crit damage set, so here he is, use him along this team in the back, and as you see, we have Barn on the back. A little surprise that might come out in the video, but yeah, this is the team we're using today. Haven't used it off camera yet, and let's jump right into it. Something I should quickly add before we get into the first match. If you guys don't know what Terry does, his first card here is the Alt Gauge Depletion card. Same kind of card as we would have on the Green Melon, for example. We've seen that card a whole bunch of times on a bunch of different characters. The counter here assumes it stands for 2 turns, which increases damage dealt by 50% and inflicts damage equal to 450% of attack via a counter when an ally's attack. So no actual stance on the counter, but that's alright. And jumping over to the passive here, at the start of the ally's turn in PvP, applies an effect on the enemy with the highest remaining HP, which decreases all stats by 20% for 1 turn. Here we go, and let's see it. Our first opponent is a Barn team, and I feel as if though with the release of all these new kind of like, all the new KOF characters, and just like with the, kind of Goth coming into the meta and Barn being slightly more prevalent in the fact that he's just a hard counter to those teams, Barn is definitely looking to be like a lot more of a high tier character. Like when Margaret came out, he was like instantly tossed away. Dev was, I don't want to play with you no more, but he's been seeing a whole lot more use, and like certain units and certain teams can just struggle so hard with the sheer amount of HP as it can be almost impossible to win matches. But let's see, what do we want to go for here? We could just go for, why not? We'll go for this. We'll hold on to the Terry cards for the time being. Might as well use this Nameless Dance first turn, which is good for us. If he can't keep that up, we can use the Alt Gauge Depletion, which originally when looking at Terry, I wasn't a fan of them actually giving him the Alt Gauge Depletion card, but for teams, granted the Margaret team does have Gotha, so you don't really have to worry about it in that sense, but teams like the Barn team, you don't have any alt control whatsoever, which is half the reason why the Red Eastern is such a good unit for the Barn team. But let's see, throwing out this attack card, hope this doesn't do too much damage before, yeah, okay, geez. Taking quite a bit down. I'm gonna go for the 3-star Breath of Bless, just because that's our safest option. And then hopefully next turn we get either like some more rank up cards or some more Terry counters so we can merge them together. The Terry actually is one of those characters that gets a huge buff from his Holy Relic. Being able to get like all the extra stats and whatnot from the actual counter is massive, but here we go. Throwing up that card there. Hopefully can't kill us in this next turn or have any Nameless Dances, but yeah, look at that. Let's see. Depending on what he goes for here, we have quite a few plays we can do to kind of counteract that. Also, might I just say, all of these costumes, like, granted, the Gotha costume is an older Halloween costume and I just finally purchased it. This team just looks so nice. I'm so glad that they gave Terry an actual good skin, and damn, we really lost Terry before we even got to use him, huh? That is embarrassing. Well, there's a surprise. Hey, look at that. Barn has got his Holy Relic. Now, I'm gonna do a showcase on it. I just figured, with King of Fighters just releasing and all that, I want to get all of their showcases out first before I do like a full sweaty Barn, Twiggo, Arthur, just full tryhard team with him. But unfortunately not killing anyone here. This is what I mean by like, even units like Margaret, who is like the hard counter for Barn, struggle to kill him at times. Like he's just so unbelievably tanky. And with the regen that comes with the gift card, it is just absolutely insane. But probably gonna get absolutely one-tapped here. unfortunate to say the least. Probably not the best way to start off the video, but we still have 4 more matches, so hopefully we can turn around these next couple. One thing I would like to add as well is if we do poorly in this showcase, now, granted, you know, we are using like ungeared Terry against units that are obviously going to be fully like geared up and whatnot. This is quite a good starting turn. Damage dot, which increases damage dot by 20% and inflicts. Okay, yeah. Why not? We're going to go for it. Upgrade Terry, we'll attack into Meliodas, and we'll go for the 3-star counter start off. Why not? We didn't get any use out of him in the last match, so we'll throw all of his cards out here. But granted, you know, we could not do the best because he is like fairly weaker than the opponents we're versing, but if it comes to mind that I would rather have him be like a HP defense or even a HP crit set, I might end up getting that done. Like, granted, you know, I did say at the beginning, I am someone who's just like all out for numbers, but if the character is just like tenfold, like just more viable when you use them on a HP set, I'll get that done. But here we go, let's see it. Our first counter, goddamn, 130,000, no crits there either, which is nicey. From what I'm seeing, he's not a unit that crits a whole bunch. As you guys, if you guys don't know what Terry does, as you can see, we haven't got the taunt effect, but look at that. Okay, sweet, and he doesn't get to counter back on us, which is super, super nice. Let's see, we'll go 1, 2. Hopefully this can kill the Chandler. I mean, does he actually not have any units in the back? Oh, I just completely tried to buff Margaret there, forgetting the fact that he Dragon Clawed us. That's right, let's get on to the next opponent. Let's see it, our third opponent, and super surprised actually that we saw that Assault Melee team before. Definitely not a team I come across a lot nowadays. Like, once again, with Barn being as like prevalent as he is, he can just easily even one card sometimes and just absolutely delete teams. Let's see though, I might go for... The question is, do I want to use the Breath of Bless turn 1 though? That's the real question. I think I might as well just chuck out the Margaret attack card. Getting Escanor, although he's not going to, like, I highly doubt he's going to use any Escanor cards turn 1. We might as well get him as weak as possible. Some pretty good damage there from Margaret as well. Let's see though, if we can get an extra counter, that would be... Ooh, do I want to just go for the double rank up into Terry and counter straight away, or... Let's see, putting up the gift card there. Is he attacking straight away as well? Yeah, guys, you see, that was the one thing I was actually, honestly didn't do that much damage, but that was the kind of one thing I was hoping for. Actually got quite a bit of regeneration from the Tamio link there. Why not? We go for double rank up on Terry. Why not? Tier showcase. Who cares if we lose, in all honesty? Like, as long as we get as good a showcase out of the boy as possible. At the end of the day, that's a win. If we really wanted to, we could use heaps better teams and whatnot, but let's see here. We haven't got to use any of the 3-star Rising tackle. I was going to say Crack Shoot, but that's the counter card. Looks to be a real player. No bot would do like a double merger there. Rushing Escanor, really? Putting up the Nameless Dance, obviously, because he has to... It's such a strange play. I mean, I know like, I'm pretty sure the Breath of Bless doesn't... Oh, look, that's pretty cool. The Breath of Bless doesn't, like, when you get his Holy Relic, he has, like, the extra damage boost and whatnot. The Breath of Bless, like, doesn't combine with that, so getting the Breath of Bless off here, and 100,000, that's not too bad. I mean, Arthur is insanely tanky with that stance up, so not terrible. I'm still hoping he attacks into us at least once, and this next turn it doesn't just entirely stall out our counter. Whole bunch of, some pretty good card draw in all honesty, actually. He definitely could rush both ultimates, although Barn does still have the dissolve on him, so it's not something we have to worry about. And if we were to do something like kill Terry or go through in this turn, we'd get the Margaret ultimate and we'd be able to pick and choose who we want to kill. So let's see. Level 3 counter. 200,000. I definitely tried to kill Margaret as well there. I definitely feel as if there's a strong chance of me giving this boy HP defense, but I feel as if though there's going to be that time where I'm going to get like a double crit and it's just going to be absolutely insane. Like, there we go. Go 1, 2, and 3. Why not? Throw the 3-star card out there in Escanor. I'd like that to kill. Due to the fact he's not UR gear though, I feel as if though it's going to be just short. We're going to need that Margaret card to help finish him off. Yeah. Too good. Too good. There we go. Escanor dead though. Granted, Barn is going to get quite a bit of health back from the gift card. We should be fine to, look at that. First forfeit of the video. Alright, and could we please stop it with the Barn teams? This is... Honestly, I didn't get to play any PvP yesterday, so this is like the first time. Yesterday I was just like recording all of the 7 constellation videos, how to get all the holy relics, all that kind of stuff, and didn't play any PvP, but although I wasn't expecting to see like a whole bunch of the collaboration characters in PvP, I wasn't expecting it to just be all Barnes. Like, granted, you know, before this whole KOF thing, if you guys have been keeping up with the channel, you'd know I just completely lost internet for a couple of days. I hadn't played PvP in quite a while, so coming back to just full Barn teams, it's a nice change, and I'm definitely glad to see, you know, when I get to use my Barn team, I can flex my Holy Relic. I was so tossed up between getting the Gotha or the Barn one, and I figured the Gotha one I can get eventually, and with, you know, just with Terry coming out, I definitely did want to have Barn, like, you know, being at his strongest alongside him, but let's see, what do we want to go for? We go for this, get the Margaret ultimate as well, just as like a, kind of like as a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a last resort card if we're going to lose, but I'm going to try and focus as much of the damage on Terry's counters. If we could get a rank up as well, rank up the, you know, attack card, get the merger on those two and go for the counter, that'd be ideal. Let's see though. Definitely looks to be a real play. I definitely feel as if though, like, one thing I find crazy is like when watching JP version and like people playing PvP on the JP version of Grand Cross, just how little real players there are. Like, granted, you know, fairly often on Global, you will face matches where, you know, you get a couple bot matches in a row, but on JP, it is just absolutely absurd how many, like, you can go for ages and ages on it. And like, granted, you know, all those people are actually like struggling to get wins and whatnot, I'm sure it would help, you know, getting the easy points. You can get extra points at the end of the season, get your anvils and whatnot. We're going to throw the Margaret ultimate onto Barn there just to get rid of him, just in case the Escanor did a lot more damage than I would have liked him to. Throwing this one out in here, kind of to kill Escanor and lifesteal some health for Terry. I know it's not going to be an awful lot, but putting out this counter, I know Terry's basically going to die in any hit here from Escanor, but fingers crossed he doesn't draw any Escanor cards and he just has like some after charge attacks. But let's see, not a whole bunch more counters or rank ups either. I'd like to see him get off a strong counter in this match. The chances of that are extremely low, yeah. Nameless Dance, Escanor single target, we're dead. Yeah, that's the thing. Terry's getting crit fairly often as well, which is like, I thought he'd have better substats than that. Like, I'm not saying, I haven't actually gone ahead and like read all of his substats yet, but I thought he'd be holding up like quite a bit better than that. So, I mean, hey, you never know. Maybe Terry with like a HP crit resistance gear could be your best bet. We'll just have to wait and see. I'll see what I go ahead and build for him. Chucking out these cards though, that should be Escanor. Pretty much everyone dead, so we'll get on to the next one. Here we go, and our final opponent is, thank God, not another Barn team, an Elizabeth team, which I definitely wasn't expecting, but it was definitely a team I'd like to have had that level 3 counter turn 1 on. Let's see though, we're gonna go for, we've been getting this exact same card draw basically the entire video. Usually when using Margaret, I get really good card draw and just get constant back-to-back like Breath of Bless cards or rank ups, but that's alright, we can't have great card RNG all the time, but please give us that Terry counter. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'd like him to throw out a stun now, or at least throw out the attack card, that way I can kind of like rest assured that he doesn't have the stun, but there's no way he's going to do that. Throwing out the pumpkin bombs here, and please don't attack Terry. Watch if he does it be a crit, yeah. Oh, okay, no, Terry actually surviving there, perfect. Only thing now is, due to the fact he has the shield, I want the shield to be broken so we get the max damage out of the counter, so hopefully this Margaret A we can get rid of the whole thing in one go, and we at least have the level 2 counter to see what we can do here. Extra rank ups as well, I would have liked those earlier. I'm not, honestly, usually I'm not like the biggest fan of counter characters, but Terry being a character like who like outside of 7 Deadly I'm like a fan of and whatnot, I really want to try and get as much use out of him as possible, and honestly, I kind of like the fact that he doesn't have the taunt as well. Bit of a strange decision, but let's see. How much damage have we got in Escanor here? Yeah, honestly, when like, I feel like the difference between him having and not having Holy Relic is going to be so goddamn absurd, but let's see. Double rank up on the Margaret here, and we'll use the Breath of Bless. Also, just notice, Gotha Holy Relic on the enemy team looks sick there. It's definitely my favorite Holy Relic. Well, it's actually quite a hard choice, because some of the actual King of Fighter Holy Relics, like with their designated costumes, look so goddamn good, but this Gotha one with the actual Halloween skin that I'm wearing now is definitely up there for me. Let's see, putting up the shield, going for the attack on Margaret. I know this is basically going into Elizabeth's shield, so it's, yeah, not going to do anything. That's alright. And attacking my... Why is... And Elizabeth is just a unit that's aged so much. Like, it was probably only just as of recent that Elizabeth hasn't been, like, super meta or, like, you know, can just get chucked on any team and be super useful. And I'd honestly give the same to Escanor. Like, don't get me wrong, Escanor is insanely good, but Escanor's not doing stuff like that. That's just the way it is. His power creep happens. And don't get me wrong, you can put him in the back and he does some crazy damage. And look at Terry there kind of showing off with the 2-star card. That was not too bad, actually. Something I haven't done this whole video, and I'm going to try and get it out right at the end here. We definitely have the time to, and I can definitely stall out a little bit. Unless he uses the pumpkin bombs. I completely forgot we haven't gotten any Terry ultimates off in this video yet, so... Am I going to be able to stall out long enough with the dissolve? Because even with the Breath of Bless, he is doing a ton of damage to us with Escanor. Well, we'll rank up the Terry and we'll chuck these cards out here. I really would have liked it. Terry's ultimate is probably one of the strongest parts about his kit. Like I've said like a million times this video, he gets so insanely much stronger, like with the Holy Relic, but his ultimate is insane. Put that ultimate on, like, it's definitely like a festival character level ultimate, and I'm super glad I got him high ult level, but let's say there's not an awful lot the opponent can do here, and we don't have like a whole bunch of Terry cards, so let's wrap up the video. There we go, and that just about does it for today's video. I mean, hey, super fun. You know, I know quite a couple of you guys have summoned for the actual King of Fighters banner, and if you guys have got to this part of the video and are wondering if you should summon on the banner, I would definitely recommend it, just due to how exclusive and how good the characters are. There's a high chance we're never going to see them again, so anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please hit like button, subscribe, really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.